bottom right hand target. Oh my. Now I'm beginning to worry. Top right hand target.
The GunLocker is proudly brought to you by Insurite. For information on what Insurite has to offer and how they can help you, visit their website www.insurite.me.
Hello and welcome to the GunLocker, and welcome to part 2 of this review on the Kral N-01 wrapped in Muddy Girl camouflage. Now thankfully we managed to get some decent weather on Monday, and it meant that I could spend virtually all day shooting and filming, getting the accuracy and performance tests done. So not just on this rifle but on 3 others as well. What you're about to see is me shooting at 30 meters, and I am pushing it with this. I know that I'm pushing it with this, but I thought, you know, why not see how far it will stretch. I think looking back, 25 meters really is the limit, but you know, unless you push it out, you're never gonna know, are you? So anyway, I'm gonna run the footage. And by the way, I came this close, literally this close, 7 millimeters away from wearing makeup and pink gloss lipstick to do this review. So in one sense, I am so relieved. Anyway, enjoy the footage and I'll catch you back in here afterwards. So finally the weather has broken and I can do a pellet and accuracy test with the Muddy Girl from Kral, the N-01, .22 caliber. I'm pushing it a little bit because the target's out at 30 meters, and there is a lot riding on this. Now, because of my part 1 review and my aversion to the colour pink, there's been a little bit of a discussion going on the channel, and effectively I've said that if I can get this to group with, I've got 5 different pellets to choose from, if I can get it to group within an inch at 30 meters, so within a 25mm group, I'm going to wear some form of pink when I do the next review. I haven't got any pink clothes, so it it may well be that I use some pink lippy. I've got an awful lot riding on this, and I know it may sound as if this is going to be a biased shoot. It's not. I'm going to give it my very, very best go. I'm going to try and keep it sensible though. It is a break barrel. I am pushing it at 30 meters. I know that. It's .22, so it's running a bit slower, and there's a bit of a pellet drop. The weather is pretty good. We do have a sideward wind. I think for the grouping I'm going to just stick to, let's make it as fair as I can to the rifle. Let's do a 5 pellet group for each of the pellets, and if I, as I say, if I can get it within 25mm, then yeah, I've forfeited, and I'm going to have to do that review with some form of pink on me. Anyway, let's give it a go. So I'm going to start off with the Bisley long range golds. These are the dome heads. I'm going to try and put a group in the bottom left hand target of left hand piece of paper. Now it's a 5-shot group, so let's see how we go. And again, this is all about grouping, so it's not necessarily how close I am to the bull, it's just whether I can get it to group. So that's the first one. And what I have done is I've put my CP scope on this to give it the best chance it can have. So again, bottom left hand target. Shooting a little bit high at the moment, but I'm not worried about that just yet. Okay, well I think I can safely say that I shan't be wearing any pink lippy with these pellets. It's close. Right, last one. Yeah, okay, so I don't know whether I'm grateful or not, but no, I've not managed to get much of a group with these. So let's go for, I'll tell you what, I've got some Bisley Practice here. They're flatheads. Let's see if they'll perform any better. Feels a bit tight. Let's see. So this is going to be bottom right hand target. In fact, I'll go top left hand target instead. So shooting a lot higher. And again, it's only about the group this time. It's not about how close I am to the ball. It's definitely a tighter pellet. Let's see if I can get this in. There we go. No, I'm not even going to attempt going any more of that. That's way off. Really doesn't like those. No point. Okay, so the next. Let's try some Norma Golden Trophy field targets. And again, because they're a heavier pellet, I'm going to go top right hand target. I'm doing this because my camera's quite close there and I just want to make sure that I don't go anywhere near it. So top right hand target. That's actually flying a little bit higher. Let's try again. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know where that one went. Try one more. Not having much luck here. So top right hand target again. Okay, that one came into the paper. It's just at the very top right hand corner. One more. Okay. It's not particularly liking them. Right, let's go for brand new tin of Air Arms Diablo Fields. Come on. There we go. Diablo Fields. So we'll go centre target. Okay. Well, that was at least nearer to the target. Currently I'm shooting high, but I'm within what looks like an inch group at the moment. No, that's not going to happen. Yeah, no, that's spread out, so that's not grouping at all. Okay, interesting. So last but not least, I've got some Premier hollow points. I've not shot these before, so we'll see how they work. Nice if I don't drop them. Okay, they're a little bit looser. So we're going to go bottom right hand target. Got to say, they're quite a nice clean pellet, and they're sitting in that breech nicely. And if anybody is wondering, I am trying to get this to group. I'm not just shooting off so I don't have to wear any pink. Okay, so at 30 metres I'm struggling to make any sort of a group with these. The best so far have been the Bisley long range golds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do an accuracy test on a right hand piece of paper. Let's just go for it and see. So I'm going to put a pellet in each of the outer targets, and I'll do a 5-shot group in the center target. This is a right hand piece of paper. So bottom left hand target. Interesting. Bottom right hand target. Oh my. Now I'm beginning to worry. Top right hand target. Oh gosh. Wow. I don't know what to say. Top left hand target. That was a definite flyer. Definite flyer. I'm going to discount that one. I don't think that's fair. I'm going to try. I think that could well have been a pellet. So let me try that top left hand target. It was just so far off. There's no way that I can judge that one. That's not fair. Let's go top left hand target again. Yeah. Now I'm worried. Now I'm worried. Okay, so we're going to do a 5-shot group for the center target, and I'm going to allow myself one flyer in that. Oh wow. Mark, if you're watching this, I might be wearing some pink lippy. So center target, a group of 5. I think that was the flyer. Four to count. It's all on this. I've never felt so much pressure on the shot. I think I've been saved. Mind you, it's close, because if I measure and it's 25mm within the last shot and the 2 at 3 o'clock, then I may well still be wearing lippy. yeah, that's a bit of a worry. Anyway guys, that's the bit of fun. The accuracy test was surprising, to be honest. Yeah, with regards to pellet choice, it certainly prefers the Bisley Long Range Gold. You know, it does, it prefers these. There was, just have a look, in all of that there were 2 obvious flyers. It's performed really well. I mean, don't forget this is 30 meters, guys, and it's a Springer. It's off the shelf. It's not been shot before, so it's not been leaded yet, and it's 180 pounds. Now I have put my scope on it to give it the best chance. I think it could tighten up, and you know, I've got shots there that are 10mm out front bull. 10mm, less than half an inch. You're talking PCP territory there. Yeah, it's surprising. It's surprising. I think Mark, you know the comments. I think I may well be wearing some pink lippy. Oh no. Anyway, I'm going to run some pellets over the chrono just to see what sort of power it's kicking out, and yeah, I'll catch you back inside. Okay, well there you have it. I was really, I know it sounds strange because, you know, it's not a truly accurate rifle, you know, but at the end of the day we're looking at a gun here with scope, with bag, with pellets, some accessories for £179.99. As a starter rifle, yeah, absolutely, I think you could have an awful lot of fun with it. And juniors, you know, shooting out to 20-25 meters at a push, they could really hone some skills. They really could. I have to say, and this is another point I'm going to make, because it's going to relate to a review that I do later on. I'm not going to tell you exactly what that's about at the moment, but I have to say, with regards to the stock on this rifle, the quality of finish for this level of cost, this entry point level of cost, is absolutely amazing. I've had a very, very good look at the stock. I've tried to find seams, you know, faults in the moulding process, and I can't find any at all. It's just, you know, the stock, to be fair, is brilliant. It absolutely is brilliant. And you know, I mentioned there's a review coming up on another rifle, and I'm at the point where, to be fair, I'm so upset with the manufacturers of that rifle and what they're charging for it, because the quality of the stock is so poor. Had I seen it on the shelf, you know, I wouldn't even bother to review it. That's how poor a quality the stock is for the money that's being charged, and from a manufacturer that is world famous and has been established for, I think, over 100 years. But no spoiler alerts, we'll come to that later on. Let's get back to this Kral. So yeah, it's a Springer, it's a break barrel. It surprised me, and I'm not quite sure how it's managed to do that, because you saw me trying to group initially and I really couldn't get a group out of it. I was struggling, and it's not just me trying to avoid wearing pink. I honestly, you know, I was trying to get a group, and yet when it comes to the accuracy test, as you saw, it was doing quite well. Yeah, there were a couple of real flyers, but that could be down to the pellet. It could be the way that, you know, when you're loading the pellet into the breech, it's a little bit tight. So I could have misshapen those pellets as I was kind of feeding them in. It could be to do with that. But out at 30 meters, you know, to get so close to the bull, and I've got the images. I say I've got the images here. Yeah, I have. Yeah. So, what are we looking at here? 10mm, 12mm. So, that shot there is 12mm out from the centre, so slightly over half an inch from the Red Cross. That's less. That's, what's that at? That's less, that's 10mm. That's 5mm. These were amazing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, yeah, I lost it again with the group, and I don't know quite why that happens. Maybe it's down to me. The fact that it takes a little bit of getting used to. One of the things that I will say about the rifle, and I'm going to talk obviously a little bit more about that when I do the grading, is that the trigger is basic, and it's not a Viroc. It's not an Air Arms. It's not an LG. It's just like, it's when you're used to the finesse of high quality rifles, and then you start back to basics again. It takes a little bit of getting used to, and it is quite heavy. It is quite difficult to work out when it's going to release, the sears. So that, I guess, if you start off with this level of rifle, and like I say, you hone your skills, then as you progress from this upwards, you're going to find it a lot easier as you go along. It's really surprised me how much of an impact it's actually had on me. I thought, I joke about the garish, Muddy Girl camouflage, but in all honesty, as a back to basics rifle, it's surprised me how good it is. Now, let me, I'm digressing, and I'm kind of maybe talking a little bit too much, so I'm going to get on with the 5-star ratings for the different categories. Overall, and it shouldn't come as a surprise, but overall it scored 2.9 out of 5 stars. It's not a high score, it's a mediocre score, but again, I'm going to reiterate the price point, £179.99. So how do I get to that score? Well, looking at accuracy, yes, it performed quite well for the single pellet shots on the outside of that piece of paper, but the group let it down. And I did find it very pellet fussy, although I had a look at it again, and there was the Air Arms Diablo Fields, which it quite liked, and I suppose it would go between the two, but obviously, I went for the long range golds, the Bisleys, and it preferred that. So overall, 2.5 out of 5 stars, I think, is a fair score. I mean, I shouldn't say thankfully, I'm kind of inwardly, I'm almost grateful because I'm not having to wear that pink lippy. But the reason I missed out on that 25mm group is because when I measured the group, it was at 34mm, so I missed it by, just what am I talking about, 9mm. I said 7mm in the intro, but it's actually 9 when I measured it out. Right, handling. It's actually done not too bad. I mean, it scores 3.5 out of 5 stars from me. The weight coming in at 6.39 pounds. It's it's quite light, it's manageable, so if you're doing some target shooting and you're in a static position, or you're shooting from a table or prone, it's fine for that. It's not too light, the balance point is good, and if you're walking around in the fields, I don't know, if you want to, a bit of fun shooting, I wouldn't go for any big game with it. By big game, I mean I wouldn't go for game with it, but you could certainly walk around and have a good time if you've got some targets and knock down targets, maybe in a field somewhere, you'd enjoy carrying it around and plinking. You know, you would. There's no two ways about it. So for handling, it scored 3.6 out of, got that right? Yeah, 3.6 out of 5 stars. Now for loading, obviously it's a single shot rifle. You know, we haven't got a magazine in there, so that's automatically going to knock that score right down. It is a case of having to cock the rifle and load it and shoot it. The actual, so indexing or loading of the pellets I found was fairly easy, but the breech is quite tight. And I was actually using, so when I fed the pellet in, I was using the back of my thumb just to make sure that the pellet sat nicely within the breech. But you know, for loading, it scored, what are we talking about here? 2.6 out of 5 stars. Yeah. I apologise if I'm looking a little bit hard at the paper, but it's been reduced in order to fit on the A4 size, and I'm getting a little bit old. Now the trigger, again, not a particularly high score. I've already mentioned it. It is a little bit heavy. There is quite a long first stage movement on it, and the predictability is something that you're going to have to get used to. Like with any rifle, it will bed in with time, but that scored 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then with regards to power, well, it's not actually that powerful, which is a good thing, being that it's, you know, a beginner's rifle in a way, you know, an entry-level rifle. So it was kicking out speeds that averaged 524 feet per second, using 16 grain air arms Diablo fields. That equates to 9.77 foot-pound or 13.25 joules. So, you know, it's not particularly underpowered. It obviously, there's enough there to do some plinking, and I was hitting the target out at 30 meters. Although I do feel that losing that 2 pound of energy does make a lot of difference for accuracy, because the further out you go, obviously it's losing momentum, and those pellets just are affected by everything, by wind, you know, by gravity. Yeah, so, but still, you know, again, I'm going to refer back, £179 and 99 pence. What more can you expect? So, what else have we got here? Noise levels. So, reading the actual report, it's kicking out 88 decibels. Now, there's no way of putting a moderator on that, so it's giving an okay score of 3 out of 5 stars. And with regards to value for money, now again, this is interesting, because the fact is, you don't need to buy a scope, you don't need to buy anything else. You've got you've got the rifle, you've got the scope, you've got the bag, you've got the pellets. £179. The only reason why it's not scoring really high, and I've given it an overall score of 3 out of 5 stars, which is, you know, don't forget that's a good score. That's more than 50%. The only reason why it's not scoring higher than that is because I have to knock it down for its performance, you know, in the group tests, and the fact that there's pellet fussy. But yeah, would I buy it if I had, you know, if say my daughter was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years younger and she was just coming into the game, would I buy it for her, mess around with? Absolutely. Does she love it with regards to this Muddy Girl camouflage? Oh yeah, she really does. She likes it, and you know, she's ribbed me quite a bit for not. It's been an interesting review. It really has, because quite often, you know, I'm tempted when I go into a dealership and I say, right, I'm going to review this one, that one or t'other, and I'm looking at guns in excess of £1,000 or up there near it. You seem to be drawn to them, or I seem to be drawn to them automatically. But I should be spending more time looking at entry-level rifles. I really should, because they're putting it all into perspective. That's the best way. And what I will say is that, again, I'm going to refer to a review that's coming up. This stock is such good quality for the money in comparison to what I'm going to show you in a later review on a different rifle, that it's put, in my mind, the other manufacturer to shame. It really has. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Well, anyway, guys, that's this review finished with on the Kral N-01 with the Muddy Girl camouflage. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. I'm looking forward to bringing out the next part 2. I actually, as I say, I spent the whole day shooting yesterday, so I've got 3 more part 2s to come out, and I'll be releasing them over the next couple of days. So hopefully I'll see you again on that one. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. It's really important. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you've seen, and obviously share with your friends and family, because that will help get the subscriptions up. Yeah, till then, till the next one, take care and bye for now.